All right. Oh, you guys, chapter 6, the law of vibration and attraction. This is a popular chapter, and I think it's because it, like The Secret talks about the law of attraction and things, and people feel like that's manifestation, right? But there's something way deeper than just law of attraction going on here, and that's what Bob goes into in this. So let me share my screen and we'll do the mastermind principles first, and then we will talk about it. John Corpus, do you want to start us off?
Okay, sure. Mastermind principles. I begin every mastermind meeting by reading these mastermind principles. I release. I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. Pat.
I believe. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. Sophie.
I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I am open to looking at myself, my problems, and opportunities from another's point of view. Jim.
I decide. I decide to release my desire, totally entrust in the mastermind, and I am open to accepting new possibilities. Mary.
I forgive. I forgive myself for mistakes I have made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past so I can move into the future with a clean slate. Dorothy, you have to unmute.
I ask, I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my my goals, my dreams, and my desires. And I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment. Ryan.
I don't know if Ryan can talk. He's in the car. So let's go back to John.
Okay.
I accept. I know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I am grateful knowing this is so. Back to you, Pat.
Oh, you muted.
There. Thank you. Dedication and covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a successful and happy life. I dedicate myself to the maximum service of God and my fellow human beings to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow and to remain an open channel for God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy.
Expectancy.
All
Yay.
right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right. Chapter 6, the law of vibration and attract. Oh, look who's back. Sarah's back from the Mediterranean. Doesn't she look refreshed?
Hi,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, Mediterranean. Wow. Portugal? Is that Portugal? Where's Mediterranean? No?
No,
Okay.
it's the south of France and Spain
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it
and
must be
Italy.
rough out there.
And Italy,
Yeah.
yes,
And
very
yes.
rough.
Mhm.
And Greece and Morocco, all of the beautiful places, right?
Wow, Sarah.
Were you on a tour, or is that where you're at now? Or
No, I was on vacation. Yes,
okay,
Mhm.
I'm on the Atlantic.
okay.
Just the
Nice.
Atlantic. All
Yeah.
Just
right. Just kidding. We love you, Sarah. That's why we
I
can
know,
joke with you.
Sarah. Oh.
All right. The first piece of this chapter is a poem called Thoughts Are Things. And this is really important because we have to understand that one of the basic principles of the world is that it is a mental universe. This world, this universe, has an intelligence in and around and through all over. And our minds, we can think. We think in this intelligence, and the thoughts that we think are mirrored back to us in our physical reality. That might sound ridiculous to some, but it is the way that it works. And so this poem is a perfect way of describing that. So I'm going to read that to you. Thoughts are things. I hold it true that thoughts are things. They're endowed with bodies and breath and wings, and that we send them forth to fill the world with good results or ill. That which we call our secret thought speeds forth to earth's remotest spot, leaving its blessings or its woes like tracks behind it as it goes. We build our future thought by thought, for good or ill, yet know it not. Yet so the universe was wrought. Thought is another name for fate. Choose then thy destiny and wait, for love brings love, and hate brings hate. This is Henry Van Dyke. We have to understand, he says it, thoughts are things. They're endowed with bodies and breath and wings. Thoughts that we think in our minds, we see in the world. And whether they're good thoughts or bad thoughts, it doesn't matter. God says yes. It's the way it is. That it's the modus operandi of the universe. It is the principle upon which it works. And the beauty of it is that it is consistent. It doesn't change. There is no manipulator going, well, maybe today it'll work, maybe tomorrow it won't. There is none of that. There is only consistency. Think about gravity. Gravity works. It's not a lie. It's there. It will always be there. No one's floating today, right? And so what we can do is begin to trust these laws. So when we begin to trust the idea that thoughts are things, one, we get frustrated with ourselves because we're like, I just did that again, right? But at the same time, we can go, oh, but I can change it. And I can start changing the trajectory of my life based on what I spend time thinking about. And that is the beauty of this chapter. So at the top of the first page, under the title, Andrew Carnegie says, any idea that is held in the mind that is either feared or revered will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate physical forms available. So when we hold a thought, if we feel it, fear or revere, right? Reverie is like, yay! And fear is very visceral. We can feel it. We can feel both of those. We can feel excitement and we can feel fear. So any thought that we feel will begin to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate physical forms available. So any thought. So a red car. We start thinking about, ooh, a red car. I wonder what kind of red car, what kind of red car would I like? That would be kind of cool. And then all of a sudden, the car going by is red. That is a convenient and appropriate physical form available to us at that point in time. And we believe that it works with red cars. We're like, yeah, that always works. I'm always paying attention to a red car when I think about a red car. Well, guess what? It works with everything. It doesn't just work with red cars. I mean, isn't that silly that it would only work with that? It's a principle. It's a principle that works with everything. So if we're expecting people to act a certain way, guess what they're going to probably do? Well, they are going to act in the most convenient and appropriate way available. Oh, so we start thinking, that person is going to say no to me. Or lots of people are going to say no to me. Everybody says no to me. Guess what? The next person, when you ask them a question, what are they going to say? They'll probably know. My bank account is low. It's always low. I don't know how to fill it up. Guess what? It will find the most convenient and available form available to do it, to stay low. So our thoughts are so powerful. Bob calls them cosmic power. Oh, thoughts are the most potent power in the universe. We're using creative energy when we use our minds. Let's talk about that. That's a big idea. Do you believe it? We're all nodding. Do we act like it all the time? We're all like, mm-mm. Nope. I don't. I mean, I try. I really try. But at the same time, well, the life gets the better of me sometimes, or the heat of the moment, or whatever it might be. So that's what we need to do is train ourselves to remind ourselves that this law exists. All these laws exist. So this chapter, Bob reminds us that everything in the universe moves, vibrates, and has a frequency. Our thoughts have frequencies. So, when you're involved in a cruddy thought, you feel pretty cruddy, right? You get sad or you get depressed or you get annoyed or you get mad or you get frustrated or you get whatever. You don't feel that good, right? But if we start thinking about puppies licking our faces and bunnies cuddling with us and horses sniffing our ears and whatever it is that and cardinals over here in the tree going tweet, 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 guess what? We start feeling better. And that is the exact thing that Bob's talking about. Those are vibrations. Feeling is a word we invented to describe the vibration that we're in. I feel bad. I'm in a low vibration. I feel good. I'm in a high vibration. Feeling is just a description of how that vibration is manifesting inside of us. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any thoughts on any of that stuff that I just said? We're only on page 1.
I
Go
think
ahead,
it's great.
Pat.
I think it's great. I see the connection there. And if you haven't thought about it before, you say, "Oh my gosh." I remember Mary saying years ago, everything moving, everything's by maybe it might have been Bob, but everything is moving. Even when you think it's holding still, it's moving.
Yeah,
I think it's so.
still moving. Yeah. Bob says we live in an ocean of motion.
Ah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And the Mary she's talking about is Mary Morrissey, Bob's spiritual advisor, who is just tremendous. She's amazing, right, Pat?
yeah. And I've been with her since 2014.
Yeah. Isn't that cool, you guys? I love that. Thank you, Pat. Anybody else have any thoughts or comments on it? Did you always believe it? If you believe it now, did you always? I didn't know to believe it, right? I just thought that, I mean, I normally just thought more positively than a lot of people, and I got better results than a lot of people, but I didn't really make that connection that it was because of the positive thoughts and the higher vibration. I just thought I just ignored the crap, is what I did. I thought I did that, and I just didn't let it get me down. That's kind of what I did, and I looked beyond it, right? And that was only half of it, right? So when people talk about to have a positive attitude, have a positive attitude, that's only part of it. Because what the positive attitude does is, yes, we look beyond that which could bring us down in the moment, and we start to look at the possibility. And when we start looking at the possibility, we start thinking better thoughts. Like, oh, wouldn't that be great if that actually did happen? Oh. My accountability partner, Allison, plays the game of what if. What if tomorrow was the best day in the world? What if tomorrow was the most exciting day of my life? What if I did exactly this when I got up and then this happened, then this happened, this happened. And what that does is kind of opens you up to new possibilities instead of going, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to focus on what I want. And then doubt kind of creeps in and that type of thing. But if you make it lighter and you make it, what if that happens? What if your imagination can kind of do its thing and go to that place? What do you think? John, you're thinking about it. What are you thinking?
I like that. What if? Ask you what if questions. I gotta start doing that. And like maybe when I meditate or in the morning, like when I wake up, what if today was the best day of my life? Or what if? I like that. That's
Mhm.
a good one. What if? And then do you like whatever thoughts come up, you just write it down, and then like things would come out after you ask those questions. You know, like what actually comes out when you say that kind of questions.
Well, for instance, if you do that type of thing right before you go to
Yeah,
bed
yeah, yeah.
and you spend your day or your night thinking about
Mm-hmm.
what if tomorrow looked like this? What if I got
Uh-huh.
up at this time and I did this and I
Uh-huh.
exercised and I did this and that and the other
Uh-huh.
thing? Guess what
Yeah.
your subconscious mind does?
It manifest it gives ways and that to be true, I guess.
Yeah, it works
What
on
if
it.
oh
Yeah. And so it's working on the what if, and then all of a
uh-huh.
sudden, what if goes, that happened. So for instance,
Yeah.
Allison played with it and
Uh-huh.
said, because she likes sleeping in sometimes. Don't we all? I like
Oh
sleeping
yeah,
in
I did
sometimes.
this. Yeah.
And so she
Yeah.
said, what if I got up at this time
Uh-huh.
tomorrow
Uh-huh.
and I did this, and then I did that? She just
Uh-huh.
thought about that right before she went to bed. And the next morning, guess what time she got up? The what if time. And she
Oh,
did this, that, and the other thing before she did that. She said it just happened. Mm-hmm.
I like that,
Kind
Pat.
of cool,
That's
huh?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
like it.
if?
I know. Go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say, I had just gotten off the call with another fellow life coach. One thing that she said, and it fits right here exactly, circumstances are neutral until we have a thought about them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good. That was worth
Yeah,
going for.
right. That's right in line with quantum physics.
Mm-hmm.
It's right in line with the idea of the observer effect, right? So nothing happens until there's an observer to observe it. So, depending on who the observer is and the thoughts that they bring and the energy that they bring to it, the perception that we bring to the situation, then it has its meaning. It has the meaning changes according to who the observer is and what vibration they're in. Isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. It's physics, you guys. It works. It's science. If everybody's all concerned about science, it's science. Will that make you believe? Let's do it. Let's believe. So, one of the things that we have to understand too in this chapter is that the law of attraction doesn't respond to what we want. If we're sitting here pining and wanting something, we don't have it. And we're reinforcing that feeling of not having. I want that horse. I want that horse. I want that horse so bad. I've felt like that for sure. Definitely. But when I went to that place of, I have that horse, and this is what it's like when I do have that horse, and I spend time with him, and I brush him, and I ride him, and it's so much fun. Guess what? I have that horse. Uh-huh. For a long time, I didn't have the horse. I wanted the horse. I was like, nope, that's the wrong one because the universe says, yep, go ahead. That's what you get. So we have to start thinking in terms of being on the vibration. And this is something Mary Morrissey has said. She said, you cannot get to your goal from where you are. You must come from your goal and be that person now. So the what if thing opens that door to imagining having it. Oh, what if I had Ben? Ooh, what if I paid for all things horses easily and happily? Oh, that's so nice. What if my office is at the barn? That's the next thing. Isn't that fun? It's not it yet, but I'm coming from it. So the energy that we're in determines what we attract. So if we're sitting here going, I want, we're attracting more of that. I wish I had that stuff. And we're always in that feeling of not having it. But if we come from, I have, thank you, gratitude, we're coming from what we want. We're coming from having it. Okay. So a vibration comes first, and attraction follows that vibration. We cannot attract something that we're not vibrating in harmony with. And that's what we're talking about inside of Magnet Mind all month is harmony, love. What we're in harmony with, the vibration that we're on. So the things that we're seeing are the things that we're in harmony with. And it's not that we're like, I don't want that anymore. It's not that we don't want it anymore, but it is where our subconscious programming is vibrating at. So we have to change that subconscious programming. And that takes repetition. It takes understanding of what we want and where we want to be coming from rather than where we don't want to be. It's so easy to say, I don't want this. And every time we do that, we're attracting more of it because that feeling is so strong, right? When we don't want something, that feeling is strong, isn't it? And so guess what we're doing? We're attracting it harder. Darn it. Darn it. But the good thing is that when we know we don't want something, we know that we want the opposite. And so then we can go, oh, what if I had the opposite? What if I had how would I feel? I wonder how I would feel if I had a hot air balloon. Where would I be? I don't even want a hot air balloon. But where would I be? I'd be floating up there and the fire would be going and I'd be floating up over the mountains and it would be kind of chilly because it has to be cold. And, all of these things would be going on. And you can make it up in your imagination. And when you're there in your imagination, you're there. Because your mind is the most potent energy in the world. Thought energy is the most important, potent, impotent energy in the entire world. So when we can imagine our lives where we want them, we are attracting at that place. That's the frequency we're on. So when we align our thoughts, our feelings, our self-image with the good we desire, we naturally begin to attract the people, the opportunities, the ideas, the resources, the money, anything that matches it. That matches the frequency that we're on. So if you want to change what we're attracting, we change how we think and feel first. It starts in the mind first. Imagine that. Have we ever heard that before? Mind first. Isn't that interesting? So one of the exercises inside of the workbook is the law of vibration bridges the gap between mind and matter, right? So we have what we think about, and that law of attraction attracts what we see. So that's the bridge between mind and matter, right? So this is why our thoughts are not just invisible ideas. They are creative forces. This is a mental universe. When you consistently think on the frequency of what you want, health, happiness, wealth, You begin to vibrate at that same level, and the matching results are drawn to you. So you can think about affirmations. We're not lying to ourselves when we say affirmations. We're not saying this is what I am. I am this, and you're fully conscious of not being it. You're not in the right vibration. And just repeating words isn't going to help. So when we think of affirmations, what we have to think about is, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to be wealthy? What does it feel like to be healthy? What does it feel like to be happy? What does it feel like to be those things? And then say, oh, I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy, right? We get ourselves up to that level of vibration. And then we're calling it into our world. But when we're ignorant of the law, we just think affirmations are repetition of just words. We have to change our vibration when we're using these affirmations. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions or comments about that? Have you noticed anything about that where you're like, I'm repeating these, Mary, and it's not working? Has anybody ever done that? I have. I have. No comments today? You guys are quiet people.
I have comments.
Oh, good.
Okay, so this past week and this week, it's been hell. It's been negative only. Like, I cannot snap out of it.
But it's over now because you're here with us.
Exactly. That's why I'm here. Very selfish of me. I'm here because I need this energy in my life. That's just what I realized. It's a crazy world. People are crazy. I mean, I just have my posse here. I'll just stay here and no
Yes.
more.
This is where
I
the
need to
magic
control.
happens, sister.
Yeah. I need to control my environment. I've decided that. No, but and it's so true what you're saying. It takes exactly the same energy to negative and positive, but somehow negative is kind of like a little bit more up there, than the positive one. And so it's been really, really challenging for me this past week and now. And I'm hoping today with the new lunar new year, whatever, that everything's gonna change.
The year of the fire horse.
It is.
It
So
can't be bad.
there we go. Yeah, so it's been challenging, and I know what I know, and I know how, to go around it, but I kid you not, I've been manifesting all this negativity in my life. And I just couldn't make it stop. It's been hell up until now, because from now on it's going to be awesome.
Pat wrote, "Don't let hope be your dope." I
Yep.
like it. I like it.
So yeah, so I know it's been challenging, and I keep studying, I keep reading, I keep listening, I keep meditating, but somehow I don't know if it's me, I don't know, there's something that it's been a lot more challenging, because I am a positive person. I'm always looking at the bright side of things, and I don't know, it's just one of those things.
Well, yeah. And here you were in a change of environment, and you were with people in probably close proximity for a while, and you didn't have your regular routine. Are all those
Yeah.
things true?
Yes, but I created my routine, and I love my routine. I want to go back.
Ooh, okay. See, that doesn't
No,
sound negative.
it wasn't at all. Like, I was living my best life. I was like, oh, and I think maybe that was the problem, because I saw exactly the life I want, and living the days and planning the days the way I wanted, with the people I wanted. And it probably freaked me out. I don't know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, that could be an explanation. Um, so
Yeah.
I was resisting it. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well, it just means that you're not quite there yet, ready there on your self-image yet. That's all.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Mary. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, Mary. Do you know? Do you know that for a fact, Mary? Um, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
but
now that I think
also,
about it. Yeah.
go ahead.
No, no, now that I think about it, that I say it out loud because this was going on in my head. Because if I start telling my husband, this is my best life, like I don't understand. It's like, you crazy woman. So, I kind of have all these conversations with myself, the most important person in the room. When I'm alone, it's me. And so I have these conversations and um, yeah, maybe I didn't have that, I didn't put it out there and talk myself out of that. I don't know.
Well, and there's something to be said for hmm, really being in the vibration of where you want to be before you get there. So, let's say there's like a gymnastics competition. Let's say I was on in a gymnastics competition and I was like, I hope I do really, really well. I want this to go really well. I want to stay on the beam. I want this to be the best meet ever. And then I'm thinking in the back of my mind, oh, you haven't shown up like that before, and you haven't had that great of a season, and you're not good on beam, and all these little things are still nitpicking at me, and I'm getting my hair ready, and I'm going, no, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. But at the same time, the old paradigm is still going, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And so a lot of times, and Bob talks about this, is he was at in the most elaborate hotel in Las Vegas. And my mentor at the time, Doug, he goes, Bob, how you doing? He goes, I need to upgrade my self-image because I don't feel like I belong in that room. That room seems a little bit bigger than who I am. And so even though, I mean, that's Bob, he has a huge self-image, right? But he still felt a little uneasy being in that perfect place. Hmm. So Sarah, maybe it was so perfect that you're just not yet there. That's okay. But the other thing is too is law of rhythm. The law of rhythm exists. And we have these ups and downs, and these are natural, and they flow and they ebb and flow just like the beautiful waves on the Mediterranean. And we have to understand that we go through some of those and it's natural. But the cool thing is um, with the law of relativity included in the law of rhythm, we can stay on the more positive side in the law of polarity. We can stay on the more positive side of that rhythm. And we can, even when we notice the rhythm going south, we can say, I'm just waiting for it to come back. I'm over here. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. It'll come back. And you don't go there emotionally. And it's really kind of cool. That's something that I've learned to do. And I didn't know that I was doing it until had it explained to me, but it is pretty cool. Go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say Sunday night we went to a concert, my brother-in-law, me, and his girlfriend. But first we went to eat. She complained about the food. She complained about this. So we go to the show and it's an outstanding performance. I just thought it was a great show. On the way home, we had the worst seats in the house. I said, could have been better. She shut up. I just thought, enough of the negative.
Yeah,
If she quit talking, I think I got my point across.
good.
Whining.
Well, sometimes negative people don't know what to say around me. You
They
know?
say you're Pollyanna.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What are your rose-colored glasses doing, Mary? You know what? Yeah, my husband one time asked me, he said, "Why are you more upset about this?" And I'm like, what am I going to do about the past? I can't do anything about the past. But I do know what I want in the future and from right now on. So let's think about that. Right? Yeah. John, you said something similar a couple days ago, or maybe a couple weeks ago, actually. You said, "Well, what do you do when negative people come up to you and start complaining, Mary?"
Oh
Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
when your
What
sister
did I
was
tell you?
swearing at you, you said, and then I don't know what you said. You didn't argue or anything. You just said, oh,
Hmm.
and then go walk away or whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't engage, and so people don't come up to me and start complaining about stuff
yeah.
for the most part,
Exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Uh,
And they don't even know me necessarily, but my energy is such that they don't do that. One, I don't bite. I really don't, in
yeah,
the
yeah.
sense that I don't bite, I'm not a fish. So that I don't take their bait. And so they people just learn not to say anything. But also I'm like Pat. I'm like, well, let's think about the good part of this whole thing, right? And I'm like, could be
Mm.
better, huh? Couldn't be better, huh? I love it. So people don't complain to me. They know better than to be negative around me.
I know with
I
John, we'd
did
be
that.
driving
Yeah,
somewhere too, and he'd be saying something negative, and I said, "Okay, now how can we turn that around into something positive?" And just
yeah.
saying that makes them aware that they're being negative. I think sometimes it's a habit,
Mm.
Hmm.
and they're
I
not.
do that. I do that too. I say, oh, what's one positive thing that you can get out of this next meeting that you don't want to go
Mm.
to? Right? Like, oh, I go, look for the positive. I say that to my husband. Go ahead, John. What were you going to say?
No, I actually did that I think this past weekend or something. My wife started rambling. How come you don't clean the house? How come do it? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not even, like you said, I'm not even want to argue with her. I just pretending like I'm, like you said, okay, I'll do it. Whatever, like, I don't want to yell back at her. And then when she's calm and stuff, then I discuss, okay, I'm gonna do this and that and stuff. I don't want to like talk to her when she's like, oh, her vibration is like mad at me or whatever. I don't like that. If I
Hmm.
can't take it, I'll just walk away too. So
Hmm.
that's what I did, and then she kind of calmed down.
Yeah. I don't engage,
Yeah,
and someone can't fight with someone who's not fighting back. It's not
exactly.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they can fight with themselves if they want to. Go ahead, have a conversation, but I'm not
Yeah.
part of it.
Go talk to yourself. Go talk to the hand. I'm not kidding.
Talk to the
I'm
hand.
not kidding.
Talk to the hand. I love it. Oh, yes. So
Yeah.
inside of the workbook too, there's another exercise about the law of polarity you get to choose, and this is kind of what we're talking about. You get to choose which vibration
Mhm.
you want to be in. Because is it fun being in this crappy vibration? No, that's why they call it crappy. You're right. That's why
Mhm.
it's a low vibration. It's like, ugh, no one likes
Mhm.
it. So the law of
Mhm.
polarity tells us that everything has an opposite: good, bad, up, down, in, out, positive, negative, want, don't want, right? Both sides of every situation already exist. Both sides of every situation already exist. They already are here. Okay. So if I don't have money, guess what? There is a reality where I do have money. Both situations already exist. Okay. And because you control your thoughts, you get to choose which side of the equation you get to focus on. So when I don't have money, I feel crappy. When I do have money, I feel wealthy. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel vibrant. I feel like I could do anything. I feel like, ooh, get me another horse. Right? I feel all those things. So I can choose to go, "Ugh, I don't have it." Or I can choose to go, but what if I did? What if? There comes the what if again. What if? What would I do with it? What if? What if? What if? What if? Oh, isn't that so much better? You're immediately raising your vibration. You're the frequency that you're on. And so you immediately start attracting at that level. Now, Sarah mentioned something interesting. She said, I thought I was positive, but I kept manifesting crappy things, right? Negative things. We have a paradigm that is manifesting all the time. It's on autopilot in our subconscious mind. And so when it's not quite changed yet, it's still attracting some of the old stuff. And even though we've kind of made that switch in our minds, oh, but I got positive. I got more positive. Even though we do that, the residual's still there. And this is why, Sarah, I think it was a self-image thing for you, and it's not a bad thing. It's kind of cool to recognize that that maybe because you were living your perfect life. And you know what? You don't do that every day. And so there was just that disparity, that the two competing paradigms that are going on right now. And so one was saying, yes, this is awesome. The other was saying, you're not there yet. You can't do this. This is just vacation, right? And so even though you weren't conscious of it, it was still going on. And that's what I think it was, personally. Personally. But thank you for using that example because I think that that's a really good one for a lot of people to realize. Because even though we're doing all the things that we say we want to do, that's where self-sabotage kind of happens, is because we're not programmed to do it yet because we haven't lived it yet. That's all. And so just keep going there as much as possible. What if I went here every month? What if I spent a week here every month? Ooh, you would get used to it, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
I know.
Yeah, yeah, but I think you're right. I like it better when we kind of it happens when we're kind of not conscient it's happening, because then you don't have time to think about it. It just happens and you go with the flow, you know? Um, yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's true. I like, yeah. But it is true. And one of the things that talk about beam. Okay, so one time I was having the best beam routine. And all of a sudden, just like what Sarah is just talking about right now, I was letting it flow. I was letting it go. Everything was great. I didn't even wobble. And at the end of the routine, my very last skill, right before the dismount, I didn't even wobble and I just jumped right off the beam. I didn't, I wasn't off balance. I just jumped right off. You know why? Because I started thinking. I started thinking about, oh, this is a good routine. Oh, and then my self-image of not good at beam took over. And so I sabotaged myself. Darn it. I could have had a 9-9 on that beam routine. But that's the fact of the matter. That's what we do. And so it's the way that we just need to keep studying. We need to stay in groups like this. We need to keep inundating ourselves with this information. We need to keep up with our studies every single day. We have to keep up with the repetition. We have to keep up with the imagination. We have to keep up with developing our intellectual faculties. It's the study. It really is. It really is. And here's the thing. It just shows, Sarah, you're ready for the next level, baby. She's ready for a house on the Mediterranean. Go ahead, John.
Mary, okay, so when you say, like when you told Sarah you're not quite there yet, so I mean, like,
Her belief isn't there yet.
oh, your belief is not there. Okay, I was
She's
wondering
there.
how,
She can be there anytime.
oh,
It's her
okay,
belief at a gut
oh,
level is
oh, okay,
not
okay,
doesn't match
doesn't
that
match.
ideal
Okay,
life yet, right?
oh, okay, okay. So that's
Does
how you
that make
build
sense?
into it. Yeah,
And
okay,
her
okay.
belief is that she's still working to get to that place
Mm-hmm.
rather than I am here. I deserve it. I got it. I have it. I live it.
Oh, okay. So you're already like probably like more likely a higher level than us. Are you? How are you building yourself to actually be there and stay there? Like,
I do everything that I tell you to do.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh, yeah.
study thinking into
Uh-huh.
results every single
Uh-huh.
day. I do
Uh-huh.
repetition. I have my self-image script. I listen
Mm-hmm.
to it. I read it. I write
Uh-huh.
it. I repeat it all the time.
Okay. And
It's not a
you think
secret.
it's not a secret. So you feel you're there then. You're pretty much there
Well,
already.
I'm never
Oh,
done,
it's
John. There's
never gone.
always
Okay.
another horse.
Oh,
I
oh
don't have my
yeah.
barn yet, do I?
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
I don't
Okay.
have my barn, which means I'm not there
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Okay, okay.
Ah, I have two horses. I don't have four,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Does that make sense?
that
So
makes sense.
that's why I keep studying because I'm not there
Mhm.
yet all the way for everything.
You think we'll ever be there? It's always a continuous thing then. We'll never be
No,
there.
because there's another new there. Because
Yes.
the
Yeah.
more that we become aware of, we go,
Uh-huh.
oh, what about it up there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't enough to orbit the moon, then it wasn't enough to go to the moon. Now we have to go to Mars, right? Go ahead, Sarah.
Mm.
Let's just give up already.
You're so funny.
Just enjoy the journey. There's no finish line. Well, you must just enjoy yourself.
Right, John, let's start a club.
Yeah, let's go.
Enjoy it well, and that's why you have to enjoy now.
Yeah, yeah. Be
Mm-hmm.
in the now.
Could I just say
Yeah.
something, Mary?
Yes, please.
Um, you've got two horses
Yeah.
and you want four. What's stopping you from just going and buying another two horses?
Because horses cost $1,000 a month to keep.
Oh, really? Oh,
That's why.
oh.
Okay.
I want them on my farm. I don't need, that's I want the farm and the horses. Now I have two that aren't on my farm, so I'm really paying for them. And when I'm on my farm, I can have as many as I want. I don't have to stop at four if I don't want to. So it's actually as much as a farm might cost, it's cheaper to have horses on your own property.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why.
I wasn't being cheeky or anything. I
No,
just,
no, that's a good question. That's a good question. And, you know, that's why. But it's kind of fun to see how they trickle in too.
Mm.
And I mean, I am enjoying the journey. So, because there's also a lot more stuff on myself in my self-image script than just horses. I talk a lot about them though, because they're so awesome. Right?
Well,
Yeah.
there's a farm apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a farm. And green grass. And yeah.
The green grass of home.
Yep. And I want to retire Mark and all these things, lots of things, lots of things. Lola needs a
Mm.
car soon. Oh my gosh, Lola needs a car soon. So funny. Anyway, all right. Law of vibration. Stay on the frequency of what you want. Don't go down to going, I don't have it. Stay up.
Yeah.
That's what it really
Say
what it
the
comes down to.
say the what if question. I like that. What
What if?
if? You go,
Yeah,
what
play the
if?
what if game.
What if
It's
game?
lighter. It's lighter.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week for the Risk Takers, Chapter 7.
Mm.
Bye.
Thanks,
Good call,
Mary.
Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Mary, I'll be on the road next week, but I'll try to tune in.
Okay. Thanks, Pat. Drive safe.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
drive safe. Okay, Pat.